But mammy be so same way. Fraud. A mom fraud in call for air bonnet.
But you quasi an a druchino.
I didn't know what I said.
By your way, Jimmy, and a drew a chin. By you two from 12:30 to 3.
Okay.
And it's all maybe an idea with it. Now, did you brought 3:30? I'll become a room. I'm actual. It be quasi an a druchino. Simple.
Obiba was a buano non flooded. Now, be send obey waiting me out flooded in your car. Who to me, out to me, yes, I didn't.
The cabin.
Come put in me.
Come gonna be in me.
Yeah, it is so much a chief fraud, you know. I think it's what is answer now. Who is saying?
Who did you be bar? If you are not sure, my outfit. But the Dicacra, not translate your mutual when I said Dicacra, not translate your mutual one, a firma. To be enforced, could you uncle Buffet? Master Munina,
Yeah, Babu.
fraud ye ding.
Say, what that do?
I saw to all your fraud, and none of your fraud.
I didn't know what I said.
On your fraud.
Me, your fraud.
Mincho didn't tell your fraud.
Tell me.
Okay. Camera is where you're talking. Also, to be my actual price, you didn't back home. A general fraud, umumi.
Oh,
To your fraud and your fraud. One is what tears or Tigana on your fraud.
okay.
Contractor now, when you say, "Quando bet me $50 million," I your cockatoo buying say $20 million. Our tea cement and so tea and the other so tea bonus on wedding. So for our cotton bodies only for you and I have 30 cities. I will say, oh, you're free Israel. Now, all you will muscle be paid out, you know, so for wedding. It was a question.
There's a case here, actually, a recipe.
Oh, be a fraud. And it's a go because you go to cry a fraud. I didn't tell catch Israel for say, obey your move from Quasumu. Time on share, you know, time in the bros. I do say.
What fraud?
Also, the Israel for a sense of uncle baby of Bukono. 3 days journey. Omu to nobody 40 years wo a council. The badia. Day.
Okay.
Jacob, the end of the year is all. One fraud, I did pay. Susan go the end of the year, Mary. One fraud, Joseph. Obi a baby wa do ba dia see there bi o say Susan go no ba that nyin on fraud no. But be kwasi na educhi no.
Your son Kumchacha. Baby, I will be a mechiao as we drink count. Bible quotation Bakua. I am the pa. I am Psalm 49, verse number 16. Bible so be nyana ho amensuro. Ana ni fia no monyam doso amensuro. Na da wo be wuo no. Amfa mu ba kokore enko. Ne nanu monyam eni na chida. Masra mranti aba. Ani maba wa aba. Sabra bono yento yebo wase. Na ewiase yeso fiti epo sian emoja eba. Ana minya waye ya na yemusuo. Sa wonso obi te ka efe na ka na dumonyam wom na wode kwa ya memma wani mre. Ana muso obi esidan na dan no eye portion na fa ya memma wani mre wai na koye wani party fa so si dan ato ka no sister untubi nya bi bra untubi nya bi eti sadi ya wutie bia ya de twedi amponyame ese na first da ema ya well na onyame awo bo ni bi ase kora no odi nansia ana odi bo ewi ase na de to sonson ena onyame homeye na ka onyame betumi de one day pe akreti wi ase mu ni yama nyina but wanye sa na wo pese wo kire wo say ade bi a wo ye bi afa abotere ye enemranti aba ebi yesakawa da ebi ye fraud da ye fraud nkorofo na ebi yesa kawa ema ba wa ba na ebi abrabo ayebo yesi bibi aba yefre no hook up na ema ba wani bi ene wo hwasem sister bra mi tufo na abrabo ayebo no hwe so show obi so ebo bra wan wuntama obeko prison. Life is not competition. It will come Proverbs 15:16. Also when you patri nini at the kete a wono edumonyam wom echi mo bonefo ahonya de bebre. Sa wodi social media chia that fake life wa enkrofo fake ewo media no so no di echila sister we ye nwie wiye abrantie we ye wiye adase wo be ko prison ana wo be wuntam yanto yebo wase wo abrabom. Jeremiah 17:11 Bible said your pa de yenya na wonya ne tre ne kwan so ati sa kokoshe dia obutu nkosua enyo no to ye obebu ni nem faja na wiye obeye kwasea. 1 Timothy chapter 6 verse number 10 was it one year we are seeing a hini a sikape I be the chile yela kwan tobo asi wa abrabom na fufua aba wom no edmonyam wom echen anwam abrabo ya botere eye ntobo ase life nyemrikatuo enye challenge enye competition utumrika obeto form utumrika wa hwa be ko prison nya botere me did Ajagurajah-Kumchacha
na mam kawa na me ya ava broni na me dada na koje ne teku ne sempo amana to ne fie dia about life amana su ebi edofo bitimi ko mo ho yes to and then crowd guys ni bitimi ka say the boy scammer
a game boy
enya for man o ma o ke bakro ni wa nya na fa crowd go fufie say enya for man boy scammer ma me fo no so ya ba saboni akwade ba hwa brante 21 22 hwe ka wodem onye adwuma bia otimi widi no hu se we froster no piano ban man dia ko. They will face their own karma and their own judgment in where they group themselves. They can say do na mudi be no boys no ana tefa so wo kan nyina ko di adura Mr. Pilo e betena wo so be control and sanu basa ahomaso basa reckless driving and then sao sunsun edu na mudi e no moto no ne sa nyema no asofo butimi akwankyere de ma wa akwankyere wa brante de wo ye ne ku ntaba wo ni ko ma sofo no anya client or da come ko fo chechere no ma me o butimi fe be a friend say ghost client oni broni afa the computer or da ko eduru so ya frɛ ghost client de ama no ya pɛ a victim bronia oni da bia ne afrɛ de ama e ya okra ene afrɛ de ama no na sekedu no ene edu bebrebe it comes in different forms oba wo be jantra say the traders de bia wo de big man for the ba abrabum what is keduru as ka bebrebe no skale ba fa bia ba wo da
Our Tamitak appeared 2-count indictment charging a Ghanaian national with defrauding elderly victims out of over $8 million. According to a recently unsealed indictment, Frederick Kumi, aka Emmanuel Kojo Ba Obin, aka Abu Trica, 31 of Swedru, Ghana, was part of a criminal network that targeted elderly victims in romance scams across the United States since 2023. Kumi was arrested in Ghana on December 11, 2025. So he was arrested in Ghana on December 11, 2020, which is today. Today is 11th. Yes, so he was arrested today in Ghana. So from their official website, Abu Trica is not, I don't know if he has been arrested by the Ghanaian authority and he's going to be handed to the US authority, or he's been arrested by the US authority or the Ghanaian authority and he has been handed to the US authority and he's been, how do they call himself? Deport? No, it's not deported. Then would carry him go US and things. According to the indictment, perpetrators of this romance scam used artificial intelligence software to assume false identities and form close personal relationships with victims. They gained victims' trust to obtain money and valuables, often targeting individuals through social media and online dating platforms under false pretenses. Victims were often elderly and engaged in romantic but physically distant relationships with perpetrators. The perpetrators built trust through frequent intimate conversations by phone, email, and messaging platforms. They then requested money or valuables under false pretenses such as urgent medical needs, travel expenses, or investment opportunities. Relying on these misrepresentations, victims were persuaded to send funds or valuables, which were then directed to co-conspirators or co-conspirators posing as third parties. The indictment also alleges that after the victims transferred funds, Kumi worked with a network of co-conspirators to distribute the money from Ohio and across the United States to associates in the Republic of Ghana and other locations. Kumi has been charged with conspiracy to commit wire fraud, money laundering conspiracy, and a forfeiture specification, and faces up to 20 years in prison. If convicted, a defendant's sentence will be determined by the court after a review of factors unique to this case, including a defendant's prior criminal record, if any, his role in the offense, and the characteristics of the violation. In all cases, the sentences will not exceed the statutory maximum, and in most cases, it will be less than the maximum. You understand? So this one, they say, if convicted, a defendant's sentence will be determined by the court after a review of factors unique to this case, including a defendant's prior criminal record. In this, it will be dependent on what? The defendant's prior criminal record. Into a criminal record, do more any times 25. And I'm saying his role in the offense. And what was his role? Was he playing an integral, pivotal role? Was he the mastermind? If that is the case, increase him. What do you say? And the characteristics of the violation. Violation, what is saying, is it that bad? If it is that bad, times 75. Okay. An indictment is only a charge and it's not evidence of guilt. An indictment is only a charge and it's not evidence of guilt. A defendant is entitled to a fair trial in which it is the government's burden to prove guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. So as they stand there, that's where it is. An indictment is only a charge. It is not an evidence of guilt. The investigation preceding the indictment was conducted by the FBI Cleveland Division and is being prosecuted by Assistant U.S. Attorney Brian M. McDonough for the Northern District of Ohio. The U.S. Attorney's Office for the Northern District of Ohio would like to acknowledge and thank the Ghana Attorney General's Office, Yoku, Ghana Police Service, Ghana Cyber Security Authority, Ghana Narcotics Control Commission, Ghana National Intelligence Bureau, U.S. Drug Enforcement Administrations, Sensitive Investigation, a lot of departments, a lot of institutions actually contributed to making this thing like a successful indictment or whatever they call it. The investigation and prosecution of this case is in response to the Elder Justice Initiative Program originating from the Elder Abuse Prevention and Protection Act of 2017. The mission of the EPA and Elder Justice Initiative is to support and coordinate the Department of Justice's enforcement efforts to combat elder abuse, neglect, financial fraud, and scams that target the nation's elderly population.